It is just taking few seconds. Here we are. Namaste from my heart and namaste from each to the other. So we were today we are going to approach the topic of Asteya. Asteya. Asteya simply means non-stealing. Now, to set the context right, we are on a path. We are on the path of purification of our mind, cleansing the mirror of our mind. That's the path we have chosen. On that path, we have chosen the compass of that path in the form of the Sri Chakra. And in that Sri Chakra, the 24 petals give us the 24 aspects of our mind that needs to be reset, reset to its pristinity, to its purity. These 24 petals on the top side, the cleansing of those petals beautify the mind, make our mind or the mirror of the mind more beautiful, more clear. And it is in this lotus mind that the divine will be perceived. However, on the opposite side of this petal, of these petals, on the opposite side is the karmic suit that pull us down, that makes the petal, the lotus wilt, and obviously it doesn't let us progress. So we have seen ahimsa, and now ahimsa means non-hurt. I've not even used non-hurt. I want to use the translation that only I think I've used unhurt. Unhurt. No question of not hurting. No question of hurting anyone at all the levels. We have seen it in the past. We did not cover up truth in the last time because Emma did not come in on that day or something, and then we said we'll not do that. Well, maybe today we cover up both. So non-hurt or non-violence, ahimsa, we have seen how cleansing that will make the lotus petal blossom, open up, and how on the opposite side, through violence, the suit of violence, we create the karmic suit that hold us down. That is one. Then satya, truth, and we understood various layers of truth. And then on the other side, falsehood or untruth, and how that pulls us down. And today we shall look at Asteya, non-stealing, how non-stealing will allow this petal to blossom, and how on the opposite side, stealing creates the karmic suit that obstructs our journey. Again and again, we have to understand that the sage Patanjali, Maharshi Patanjali, is addressing those on the path. We understand that those who are on the path of yoga are being addressed through these qualities. Those who are not on this path, they don't need to bother. They can keep being violent. They can keep speaking lies. They can speak lies. They can keep stealing. Like we are today going to look at non-stealing. People in the world can keep stealing and keep making their lives even better in their minds, even better, more rich, more enjoyable, whatever they want to do with their lives. That's their choice. And please remember, we must internally learn to accept and respect their choices. It is their choice to go on and steal the whole world, their choice to destroy the world, to bomb it, to make missiles, to take away all the resources. And human race will face the consequences of that. But we should not allow that to disturb us. We have to look at our minds, our choices, our choice to be on this path of yoga in order to arrive into a cleansed mirror mind and a cleansed mind mirror to a state of that, so that the truth is beautifully and wholly reflected in it. We shall enjoy seeing that truth, but more so, we shall enjoy being that truth that we already are. That's why this path is such. In one of my writing somewhere, this path or this map is such that it makes you arrive to where you already are. You become who you already are, um, so and so. So when it comes to stealing, it looks like a very uh, low intellect input coming on our path, because when it is being addressed to those on the yoga path, where is the question of stealing? We all will say, we don't steal. We are not thieves. We are very good people. We don't steal at all. But the Rishi is saying, don't steal. That means it is presumed that we are stealing at certain levels, and we need to fix that. So we go straight nosedive into it. We go deep into the aspect of stealing. Here, first of all, stealing has been defined. Stealing has been defined as a myth, as an act that takes away the ownership of the other person. Suppose somebody is owning something, you snatch that away, you take that away. That is called stealing as a definition. Rather, the word here is abduction. Abduction or snatching away, not even snatching, more serious than that. Abduction of the ownership of the other person, whether in part or full, by our acts, by our words, by our minds. So at these three levels, so as at the flip of it is, suppose we don't steal at all. What is the gift waiting for us? The gift or the blessing or the perfection of non-stealing is abundance. Abundance is the result of non-stealing, is the gift of non-stealing. All right. So, what is stealing? Easy. Taking away somebody's money, somebody's things, just picking it up. There are some people who are compulsive stealers, and such people include very rich people. You must have seen in the newspaper, sometimes princesses, some Middle Eastern countries, princesses from the royal family, very rich girls or boys uh, tend to pick up, and they're walking by in a big mall, tend to pick up a lipstick and put it in their purse. They think they will not be caught. It's called kleptomania. Kleptomania is the compulsive disorder, I will say, or the compulsive urge to steal. There is fun in stealing. You know? They feel so, or there is a fulfillment in stealing. They think they have made a big profit if they haven't had to pay for something and they just stole it. Kleptomania is a very serious mental disorder, but when we will apply it into our own lives, we might find that probably at some level or the other, we are all compulsive stealers. I mean, we need to cleanse this particular aspect of our life. In fact, these five yamas, ahimsa, that is non-hurt, non-violence; satya, truth; non-stealing; brahmacharya, that is living a controlled life; and aparigraha, non-hoarding. All these five are considered to be the great vows, the great five vows one must take if one has to progress on this path. There are no shortcuts to it. That means we have to take the vow of being non-violent, the vow of being truthful, the vow of not stealing, not stealing. So let us consider, let us look. Taking bribes, gifts, whatever, these are all gross level stealing. We go deeper. One of the commentators, Vachaspati Mishra, he was in the 10th century AD and was one of my ancestors. I belong to the family of Vachaspati Mishra. He, in the 10th century AD, on a commentary on Yoga Sutra, he's also written a commentary on the Yoga Sutras. In his commentary, he's saying that stealing at the level of mind, speech, and action, stealing at the level of mind is the most serious stealing. It creates the greatest karmic impact. How do we steal at the level of mind? Just by the mind, but just through wishing, may this become mine. Suppose you look at somebody's house, may this become mine. Somebody's clothes, I wish I had that. Somebody's watch, I wish I had that. Somebody's pen in the pocket, somebody's husband, lover, child. I wish I had a child like that. I wish I had a mother so loving like that. I wish my father like that. Even this wishful intentions have been considered as stealing. By saying this, you have already mentally stolen a part, or you have attempted to steal. If it was possible, you would have taken that mother, that child, that husband, that wife on your side, or that car, or that watch, or that pen. So we have to uh, uh, realize that we have, at the level of mind, not to indulge in stealing, at the level of speech, and at the level of action. Now, if you have bought a book and we go and photocopy some pages, it is stealing. If you burn a CD with all the songs on another CD, we copy it, we download it. We are doing that all the time. We are doing that all the time. And that is on the movies. Many of the young kids today are stealing movies. There are websites where movies come, and pirated movies you can download from there. All that is part of stealing. All. Not only that, when we stay in a hotel, we tend to pick up stuff from the hotel, from our room, from the rooms. Even if they are complimentary, we are picking up, and sometimes people even pick up the towel and things like that. So, or keeping the car engine on while waiting for someone at a particular point. No, keeping the tap on while we are washing dishes. This you will note, this Sonia ji. I mean, when you're washing dishes, you put the tap on full volume. The water just flows out. If you could do it at 1/4 or 1/3, you'll still wash your dishes very well. At least you'll save that. Plus, while you're putting soap on the utensils, the water is still running out. While you're keeping the utensils back into the cupboard, the water is still running out. All this, all wastage, which is avoidable. There are some wastage not avoidable, but all wastages which are avoidable are all categorized as stealing. You are staying in one room and all the lights in all the rooms are burning. All the air conditioners in all the rooms are going on. All this is considered to be stealing. Then stealing art forms, clicking a picture, making a design, doing this and that. Then not giving credit. You learn something from some person, then go and talk in another talk or another forum as if it is yours. Not giving credit, not even having this courtesy to say, this one I learned from so and so, or so and so said this, and I like this thought, I'm sharing it with you. Right? Then subtle stealing. Stealing someone's trust, someone's faith. Stealing. Look at that. Emotional theft. Stealing somebody's emotion. Calling up somebody, downloading all your sad stuff on that person or all the disturbance, and then pulling back. You have made the other person sad, got some sympathy or whatever, got some validation, and that was all. Or calling somebody up and taking more of the time than what you need. Take as much time as is needed, but just to take a lot of time. Stealing someone's emotions, stealing somebody's time, stealing somebody's opportunities. These are very subtle, very, we do that every day. But it doesn't mean that we don't call up and share. Of course, that is part of building a relationship, or that's part of a relationship. That's why we are friends to one another. Of course, we must call and share our heart and get each other. But it is for us to realize how much of what you are doing in that whole process. Are you stealing somebody's time, somebody's emotion? Rather, when we are facing a difficulty, we have to contain it within ourselves instead of dumping it on somebody else. And look what lessons we have to learn from that. How do we manage it? Eckhart Tolle, I've shared that video in the chat. He's saying the challenge or the problem which is blocking your way is the way. Your way goes through that problem. That problem itself is the way to lead you on your path. So mostly what happens that when we face a problem, we call a friend, download all that, all our sadness, but we don't look at the opportunity of learning that is there. Then deeper still than that is the stealing from ourselves. Auto stealing, you can call it auto theft. Auto theft. Auto theft doesn't mean stealing cars. Auto theft means stealing from our own selves. What? The theft of integrity and self-esteem, number one. Doing such acts that reduce our self-esteem in our own eyes. Such acts, using such words, doing such acts, thinking such thoughts that reduce us in our own eyes. Theft of self-integrity, self-esteem. Misuse of time is stealing our own time. Our life is precious. We are responsible for this time and we are bleeding it consciously. Eating such food that makes us unwell. Eating a lot of food. Eating very little food. Sleeping a lot. Sleeping very little. Theft of sleep. So maybe we young people like yourself, Hadisa, you can be, and also everybody. is so prone to it. On a weekend, just sitting with friends, Coca-Cola and pizza, ha ha hee hee ho, ho, your sleep is gone. We don't care. Next morning, we sleep till 10 in the morning. Still, the deep sleep is gone. Our body has gone into stress. So that sleep, stealing from our time alone, our me time, when we just sit with ourselves, only ourselves, oneself, stealing from that, sometimes stealing from our family time and wasting it on Insta or wasting it on WhatsApp or on a television, stealing from our health, stealing from our prana, stealing from our time, stealing from our energy, stealing from our time of meditation. When you're meditating, the time you should be meditating, we don't. And we steal that time and waste it on something very unimportant. Meditation, remembering God, stealing from our time with God, stealing that time. Stealing from our own disciplines. We have a discipline, we have a rhythm, we steal it. We don't follow it. All of this are, and then all of this stealth. What does the stealing do? Disturb the mind as well as disturb the body. Make the mind unwell, make the body unwell. Both. Stealing. Um, Practice point, practice of abundance, I have enough. Practice of contentment, practice of gratitude, practice of blessing. If somebody has something beautiful, to bless this person, bless you from our mind, bless you. May you enjoy this car, bless you. May you enjoy your family. Sometimes people who don't have children, they look at families who have children and they feel very difficult. Papa, I said. So, but 1 second, 1 second. There is an urgent call from my father. How
Shrimatre Namaha, Sonia ji. I can't. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just driving to collect the children. That's why I can't put the camera on because they're so strict here.
So you haven't reached home yet?
Huh? It's echoing. I think it's echoing. Okay.
Pardon me, my father again has had a difficult moment and he's in the hospital. So I will have to drive back right away. But we'll just conclude. So, practice of blessing.
Anji, should I reach there? Because I'm here with Dimple. We have a driver. If you want, I can just reach there for any kind of an emergency.
I will let you know.
I'm
Just
saying
give me
this
5 minutes. I
Sorry,
will
just
let you
stop
know.
this. Yes.
So, practice of blessing, blessing people. We sometimes miss on that practice. When you're walking by, we see someone, we don't tend to blessing. And at a very subtle level, to arrive into a state of non-doership. When there is non-doership, non-enjoyership, all the 24 petals will blossom any which ways. A practice of non-doership, then what happens is, in the practice of non-doership, we think it is we think we will have to imagine something to get into a state of non-doership. However, neuroscience has just proven, and I've posted uh, that video in the group. It has just established that doership I am doing this, I am listening to this, I have to drive all this, I have to do this, I am doing this, I have done that. This I and the activities around that, the doership, is a neural construct. It's a construct of the brain for orderly execution of all the tasks. Neuroscience is established. And it is giving an example. Just as the brain constructs the color blue of the sky and the color green of the leaves, just as these colors are mental constructs. Similarly, not mental, neural brain constructs of the brain. Similarly, the idea of I is only a construct of the brain. If we were to understand this and focus on this point, I think we shall easily be able to get rid of the sense of doership. So then we will not apportion and claim our name on a piece of mind that we are only using as a lease. There's a total mind of that. There's a piece of mind we use for ourselves while we are on earth. We don't begin to call it my mind. It's the subtlest level of stealing when you say my mind and then all this is mine and all that is yours. This is this division itself is the subtlest level of stealing. And to practice you first, to practice you first. I first want to understand before I want to be understood. To practice this, first to understand, then to be understood. First to give, then to receive. To have an apple, cut it first to Hadisa, then to myself. Wow. So I will pause here. I hope that this topic was sort of placed in front of all of us. And please shoot your thoughts, emotions, and then we will conclude.
Shri Matre Namaha, Pavanji. Blessings to your daddy and just lots surrendering him to. I wanted to ask on this note about AI and ChatGPT and Claude and everything. I mean, that is really taking information that doesn't belong to it from all sorts of sources that human beings themselves have input into the ethers of AI. So how can that be? Isn't that really stealing somebody else's material also?
Yeah, in a way, because AI is only a tool. So AI is not stealing, but those who are programming it, it's a tool for integrating human wisdom. So if you use it to inspire you and to allow you to be able to express yourself more fully, then it is a tool and a servant. But if you use it to steal, for example, people are using it to write PhD thesis. Now,
Yes, that's
they're
what I
stealing.
meant.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is
Yeah.
straight away stealing. I have, in fact, I noted this that we live in a culture of greed and collective hypnosis. We are
Mm.
collectively hypnotized. So stealing is normalized.
Yes.
That's why my opening statement was for those who are in the world and for whom it is not a priority to develop their inner world or develop as a human being. It is not their priority. It is their priority to exploit whatever is there and enjoy their lives. For them,
Right.
all these principles don't apply.
Mm.
I can boldly state this that ahimsa or non-violence, truth, non-stealing, these are not universal principles because they
No.
don't apply universally. They are applicable only and only to those who are on the path of ascension, who have chosen this path. Once you have chosen this path, there is no shortcut to being non-violent, to being truthful, to being to practice integrity and to practice non-stealing at the subtlest level, from the gross to the subtle. But that is
Yes.
for cleansing your mind and your karma. But suppose that is not your priority, Go ahead, steal. The whole world is open. Be a
Yes.
thief. If you're caught, you'll get behind the bars. If not, you will have a yacht in Scotland.
Because I remember years and years, about 25 years ago, I was in a Jain ashram in Jaipur. And I loved the meditations and everything. And obviously, Jainism is based around ahimsa. And I just wanted to take a little pebble home from the ashram as a remembrance to put it on my altar, just as a remembrance. And straight away, the guru of the ashram said to me, "That is stealing. You can't leave it." But that was a very good lesson for me in those days in my early development. So, yes,
But
thank
you
you,
could,
Pawan.
but the same guru could also have said, if you can take that as a permission, if you take a
Yeah,
permission of a pebble, I'm taking this pebble, please bless it. I'm taking it home as prasad. Then it is not stealing.
yes, yes.
But just picking something and putting in the pocket, people do that.
Mm,
Then it is stealing.
yes.
So,
Thank you, Pavanji. Shri Matre Namaha.
Shri Matre Namah, how beautiful.
Thank you.
Alisa,
Hope
does this
everything goes
clarify?
well with your dad. Thank you for giving us this time.
How lovely. Oh, I hope it clarifies better because
It
you are in
does.
the Hindi and it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
great. You
Okay.
can use the same Hindi notes and run it
Mhm.
on AI and it will do something in English then.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I already have. Okay,
Perfect.
thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, take care. Namaste.